If you're an Amazon seller that wants to get product photos that'll drive shoppers to make a purchase, then stay tuned in on this video. In this video, I'll be giving you a few tips and strategies for taking product photos that'll best sell your product, set an accurate expectation with shoppers, and elevate your brand's image. So let's jump into it. Alright, so I'm just going to cover the very first and most obvious image that you need to get of your product, and that is a white background shot. Now this is going to be your main image number one. It's going to be the image that shows up in the search results, and basically when you take a white background image of your product, it allows you to remove the background really easily. If you just want to leave the background there, then you can always just put text in and stuff, but when it's a white background, you can just remove out that background with like Canva, with like a one-click background remover, and then once you have it as like a PNG with no background, you can put it into a bunch of different photos. You can do a whole lot with it, but that is image number one that you need to get, is a white background shot. Now, before I proceed with the next type of image that you need to get, I just want to give you a quick little insight, little pro tip. Take down some notes and do some pre-planning and create a shot list before you actually go and hire that photographer or try to do it yourself with your own photo gear and stuff. But take down a shot list, literally get very detailed with it, like image slot number one, image slot number two, image slot number three. With the main product image carousel, you have like 8 product image slots that you can take up, or if you want to put a video on your listing, then you only have 6. So keep that in mind. If you want to put a video on your listing in the main product carousel area, then you're only going to have 6, but pre-plan each image. So image slot 2, I want it to be a grid type of image. So that leads us into the next type of image that you should get, which is a grid style shot. Now, you can either do like a 3 type of grid or a 4, but with these grids, you could show the steps for how to use it. You can show different variations. Let's say that you have a red one, a blue one, a yellow one, and a green one all on one listing. Well, this second type of image, this grid image, can show those different product variations, those different colors that you offer. Also, you can mix in close-up shots. So if you really want to show people the quality or what the material looks like, show them how soft this really is, then go in real close with your camera, try and get it in as best as focus as you can, get a really close-up shot and have that as one of the little parts of the overall grid image. All right, the next type of image you need to get is an action shot. Now this is typically a pretty cool image where it shows if it's a liquid, it's being poured out, and you want to have a high frame rate to really capture it in crisp focus. You don't want it to be blurred out, so you want to have it being poured out. Now you can do a lot of different angles with this. You can just do a straight on shot of it being poured out like that, or you can do a top down type of shot where you're pouring it down onto a plate of some kind. You can do a lot of different types of shots, but an action shot, maybe you have it exploding out somehow, you like throw it up into the air, you take a quick picture and you show it all in the air. These are just cool little shots that are going to add interest and add some kind of intrigue and make your brand stand out, make it seem really cool. So action shots are a must-have. I definitely recommend putting these types of images into your overall main product carousel images or in your EBC content. All right, now the next type of image is a textures shot. So this could either be a solid background, no texture, where it's either just white, black, blue, yellow, red, green, whatever the solid background color, like this one right here, that's just white, and I'm just blowing some colored light on it, and that's what's making it, orange and blue. So you can do something like that, or you can just do a solid like green paper backdrop that you buy online. You can put your product in front of it. Whatever your brand colors are, that may be good as an actual backdrop piece of paper for your images, but that's like a no texture. And then the other is actually having texture, where you go and buy like a vinyl sheet or some kind of backdrop paper that's got some really nice texture. It could be like subway tile, it could be like a kitchen backsplash, it could be like marble, it could be wood. There's a lot of different types of textures. Concrete is a really cool texture that will add like a gritty vibe to it. So that's what you got to keep in mind, is with these different textures, it's going to give you a different vibe. If you're wanting to go for classy and sophisticated, marble, wood are probably good things. If you want to go for more like kid or animated, kind of light-hearted, casual, maybe solid colors are going to be better, or maybe just go the vinyl sheet route. If you actually type in on Amazon, vinyl sheets, backdrop photography, they sell these really big sheets of vinyl paper that have all different types of designs, and they're actually waterproof or water resistant. So you can pour water on it, get it wet, and you don't have to worry about it as much as like paper, where you have a paper backdrop that's going to ruin it, obviously, if you get it wet. So mixing in textures is a great way to add in intrigue, change things up, and overall make your products more artistic and higher end feeling. All right, now before we continue on with the next 8 tips for Amazon product photography, let me first tell you who I am and what I do inside my Amazon marketing agency. All right, so real quick, if you don't know me, my name is Ian Smith and I run an Amazon marketing agency called Evolve Media Agency. At EMA, we completely revamp Amazon listings by doing top-tier product photo and video shoots at very affordable prices. We take those images that we take from our photo shoots and we edit them up into high-converting, sales-driving infographics by inserting powerful sales copy that drives shoppers to make a purchase. We also create videos that can be used in multiple places on product detail pages, as well as PPC ads and TikTok ads. Lastly, we do a lot of ad management, and we even help sellers obtain their customers' names, mailing addresses, emails, and phone numbers for off-Amazon marketing campaigns. So if you want to get access to our Amazon listing checklist or book a free consulting call with me, then head over to emaamz.com. So now let's carry on with the video. All right, so the next Amazon product photography tip that I have for you is to use a reflective surface to put your products on. So it could be as simple as just a clear piece of plexiglass that you pick up from your home improvement store, right? And you basically just put this on like a white backdrop. You can put it on a marble backdrop, on wood, on anything. And all this is gonna do is add a nice little reflection. When you do a straight on shot, it's gonna have a nice little reflection at the bottom of the product. And it really kind of elevates the image, elevates your brand, elevates the product. It really kind of makes it seem nicer. It's a very subtle touch, but adding a little bit of a reflection at the bottom really kind of makes it seem nice. So if you have like a backdrop and then you have a reflective piece, it's gonna reflect that backdrop onto the reflective piece. So I don't know, it just kind of makes your image seem more three-dimensional. Next tip is a group shot. So if you've got multiple variations on this listing, like I mentioned before, you got a red one, a green one, a yellow one, a blue one. So you can put all those next to each other in a group shot and you can show them all in once. You know, before I mentioned it as like a grid image where those are gonna all be separate photos, but what I'm saying now is put them all lined up next to each other, take a picture, and this could be like a brand photo. It could be like a, hey, we have multiple options for you type of photo. So a group shot is gonna definitely go a long way. Next tip is a top-down type of shot or a flat lay type of shot. It's called different things, but basically the camera is directly perpendicular on top of the surface and everything is kind of laid out flat on the surface and it's just looking directly down on it. Now, how do you use these type of photos? Well, you can use props to give shoppers an idea of scale, like how large is the photo because it's sitting right next to a cell phone case or something common that they would know what the size of that is. Or you can use it to kind of give them an idea of pairings of like what goes with it. So let's say that your product belongs in a purse and it's alongside a lot of other things that go in a purse. So you would put a wallet, a set of car keys, maybe a cell phone or a cell phone case, things like that that's gonna give them an idea of how this will fit in with the bunch of all their different items that it's gonna typically be associated with. I would say the most important way to use this top-down image is to show what's all included. So if it comes with a lot of different things in the box, then you can put all those different things laid out and show it top-down shot, and then you can show all what's included in like that. And then you can also even take it a step further and add some graphical elements, you know, some lines and things like that that show this little thing is 3 inches, this little thing is 5 inches. So you can really give them an idea of scale, and this really plays an important role when it's like it has to fit a certain space or it has to fit them, or, you know, measurements are going to be very important. So I highly recommend you have an image showing the exact dimensions of this side, and then this side is 2 inches, and then this side is, you know, it's a 2 inch by 3 inch by 5 inch piece of thing, you know. So top-down shots are great for what's included, showing dimensions, and overall pairing it with other things that it will be associated with naturally. Next tip is to do a grid style image or just have some very close-up shots of the actual product. Now this is gonna be great for showing off quality, showing how well it's manufactured and put together, showing the texture. Is it rough? Is it very smooth? Is it soft? Things like that. And then also showing the actual materials very close. You know, is it metal? Is it wood? Is it plastic? So hyper close images are really great. Now, unfortunately, you do need like a macro type of lens or an expensive type of lens, but sometimes you can do some crazy things with an iPhone these days. But some very very close-up shots, and then you can take these images and then turn them into a grid shot, but ultimately close-ups are gonna help you relay quality, which is gonna help you ask for a higher price point, and overall set your brand up higher and elevate it, you know? Now, another type of photo that you for sure need in your listing is a comparison image. Now, we always include a comparison image in our actual images that we create. Now, this is more of a graphical type of image because you could literally just use your white background image, remove the background, just show your product, and then below that is a checklist or a small list of things that your product includes, and then next to it, you would show like a white product or an off-brand type of product. You don't want to mention any brands in this, but just some kind of blank bottle, and then show some checklists, some little check boxes under that of what is not included in many of the other competing products out there, or many of the other products out there. You can even just say other products on this like white bottle, and it's basically just going to show what you're including in your product and then what the others don't include, so you can kind of give an idea to the shopper that you're giving them more value for their money. Now, another type of Amazon product image that you should definitely have is an instructional type of informational type of image. So this could be like a how to clean grid style photo where it shows step 1, do this, step 2, do this, step 3, do this. It could show how to set up, how to install it, how to operate it. So this is giving them insight into after they buy it, now what? How do they do it? So when you have these like easy to follow steps, it makes it seem that it's a very easy to set up type of process. It's not a big thing that they have to learn that they're going to struggle with when they buy it. It's going to be a very easy, smooth process. So definitely have these like easy to follow steps in just a basic photo showing them, hey, this is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I would say limit it to step 3 or 4, don't make it 6 steps, don't make it too crazy, make it seem very simple, because that's gonna ultimately convince them that, hey, it's easy to do, I'll go ahead and buy this and I'll be done with it. Next tip is to show people using your product. Now, this is gonna be a little bit challenging because you may need to hire models or actors or things like that, but it may be worth it. Depending on your product, you may want to invest that money into actually hiring these people, because sometimes people resonate with people. When they see your product being used by a little kid or a baby or an adult or a senior citizen, it's gonna go a little bit further. It's gonna resonate deeper with them, and that may just be what it is that gets them to buy. So sometimes, depending on your product, having people in your product photos will really help you. Now, if you don't wanna spend the extra money to hire an actor, you can potentially get away with using a stock photo, but I would not recommend trying to make your stock photo look like they're using your product. You know, don't Photoshop your product in like that, but do like an overlay. So put your product right here, have like a stock photo in the background, and then maybe like a little banner that has some copy or something. Make it look like your product was just Photoshopped onto it, but not into it like they're actually using it. And my last Amazon product photo tip for you is to get shots that are natural environment type of shots. So if it's a bathroom product, if it's a shower product, show a picture of it being used in the shower, on a shower ledge. If it's a kitchen product, show it on a kitchen counter, next to the sink, next to the stove, next to a granite countertop with a nice backsplash. So if it's a dog product or a pet product, then show it out on a trail, in grass. You know, think of how do dogs, spend their time? Well, they spend it in yards, they spend it on trails, they spend it in the mountains, outside, usually, maybe in a dog bed. So think of how the product is going to be used, and then get a natural environment type of shot taken so that people can see it in a mock-up space, a space that's not necessarily theirs, but they can get an idea of how this is going to actually play out when they actually buy it. So those are all the tips that I have for you. Hopefully you got some value from this video. If you did, click the thumbs up button, leave a comment below if you have any questions at all for me. If you need help getting these kinds of product photos taken, me and my team would love to help you out. So go to EMAAMZ.com to book a free call with me, and I will catch you in the next video.